Michael Dunn, who's already been convicted of attempted murder.
Plus, gunman on the run, why Jacksonville police weren't notified about a taxi driver found shot dead in his cab until the day after he was killed.
And sore loser or speaking the truth.
Like, this is a coward's way out, in my opinion. This is a coward's way out.
Why the owner of California Chrome wants horse racing rules changed after his thoroughbred lost the chance to make history.
Action News This Morning starts right now.
Taking a live look outside on this Monday morning, June 9th. It's 8 o'clock, and it is a gorgeous start to your day out there, so get out there and enjoy it early because Fox 30 meteorologist Garrett Biedenbaugh is tracking some weather changes there. Probably not a surprise if you were out and about at all this weekend and kept seeing the sun, then the clouds.
You know what? I would imagine it's like it's just the summer trend.
Yeah,
it's the tale of living in Florida.
It is. We're getting into that sea breeze type of.
You see it like
day.
Yesterday. I was out. I'm like, gotta get inside, and then I never came, and then I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. The sea breeze sometimes plays games with us, but First Alert Doppler HD right now is not tracking anything. We expect that to change later on this afternoon, initiating those storms around 1 to 2 o'clock, and then we could see some gusty winds here and there, just like kind of yesterday. Palatka, Putnam County had all that lightning yesterday, and some wind damage as well reported to us here at Action News. But as we zoom on down to street level mapping here on First Alert Doppler HD, Duval County looking just fine here this morning. Here's that live look again. First Alert Skycam Network. Sunny skies. Those will be becoming a little partly cloudy with those puffy cumulus clouds throughout the morning and into the afternoon. Temperatures starting off in the mid-70s. Right now, they'll be going to the lower 90s for today. And with that humidity, will increase the heat index to what it feels like on your skin to the mid to upper 90s for today. 2 o'clock, 92 degrees. Afternoon, scattered showers and thunderstorms a possibility. We'll be tracking it, of course. Hot and muggy for today. Work week storms, what we'll talk about, and that 7-day forecast where your weekend is always in view. Time now, 8:01. Time for a check of your First Alert traffic.
Yeah, let's first of all take a look here at the FDOT traffic cams. This is on 95 northbound at University Boulevard. We know as you make your way into downtown, it is always busy. So look out for this accident. And again, 95 northbound at University Boulevard. That accident is blocking the left lane. Now let's take a look at your drive time in this area on 95 northbound as you head through this area where that accident is. 95 northbound from Butler Boulevard into downtown is 10 minutes. And if you haven't walked out of the door just yet, I would say add an extra 10 minutes in that area just in case so you can be on time for work. On 295, you're moving at 70 miles per hour on 295 northbound near Old St. Augustine Road. I'm Julie Morgan from the Safe Touch Security First Alert Traffic Center.
All right, the man accused of murdering 17-year-old Jordan Davis is expected in court in less than an hour. Our Russell Colburn joins us live from Duval County Courthouse with the two major decisions that could be made in the case today. Russell?
This morning, lawyers for Michael Dunn are expected to argue to have his sentencing on 3 charges of attempted murder be delayed until after his retrial for the killing of Jordan Davis. Dunn was convicted back in February for the attempted murder of Davis's 3 friends, who he shot at 2 years ago at a Southside gas station after an argument over loud music. He faces a total of up to 60 years in prison for those convictions. The first-degree murder trial for the death of Jordan Davis ended in a hung jury and with the judge declaring a mistrial. Now his defense team is motioning to delay his sentencing until after the retrial. Dunn may have to take the stand for his account of what happened that night in 2012. Dunn's lawyers say the testimony, which could help reduce his sentence, could work against him at the retrial. Meanwhile, Davis's family say they're ready for the case to move forward. In fact, the 17-year-old's mother posted a tweet Sunday night that reads, quote, "I pray we move forward for closure," end quote. Michael Dunn is scheduled to appear before a judge here in less than an hour at 9 o'clock. Action News' Leslie Corsi will be in the courtroom, bringing you the latest on CBS 47 at noon. For now, live downtown, Russell Colburn, Fox 30 Action News.
Russell, thank you. We are waiting to find out the cause of death for a man whose body was found in the dunes at Ponte Vedra Beach. His body was discovered Sunday morning near a home that does appear to be under construction. Deputies believe it had been there for a few days. They cannot say so far the man's identity or if there is any foul play involved. Well, right now, Las Vegas police are interviewing more than 1,000 people after what they're calling an apparent murder-suicide pact that targeted 2 police officers. Our John Lopez is following what police are releasing about the suspects and their ties to a hate group.
Well, Lynn's 3 people were shot and killed Sunday, including those 3 officers during that crime spree, that murder spree. While investigators have not released a motive, they believe the gunmen were white supremacists who targeted police. According to police, a man and a woman shot and killed 2 patrol officers while they were having lunch at a CC's Pizza in Las Vegas. Officers Alan Beck and Igor Saldo were both killed.
It's a tragic day. It's a very, very difficult day.
Police say the suspects grabbed the officers' weapons and ammunition before running off. Alvaro Lopez says the two confronted him in the parking lot.
They had a backpack, and I saw their gun in their hand, and he just told me to tell the cops that it was a revolution, and he had just killed 2 cops inside CC's.
Police say the suspects then stormed a busy Walmart across the street, where they shot and killed a third person inside the front door.
And then that's when you started seeing people running, yelling like, run, run, somebody's shooting. It's not.
Witnesses say SWAT teams and officers swarmed that store within minutes. The sheriff says the suspects opened fire on police before turning the gun on themselves in an apparent suicide pact.
Preliminary, it appears the female suspect shot the male suspect, then took her own life.
Last night, police searched the home of the suspects looking for clues. Officer Beck leaves behind a wife and 6 children. Officer Saldo, a wife and baby. In a statement, Walmart expressed its, quote, deepest condolences to everyone who's been affected by this senseless act of violence. CC's Pizza says the company is saddened by the tragedy and is keeping the location for now closed while the investigation continues. Mike and Linz.
All right, Don, thank you. This morning, a gunman is on the run here in Jacksonville. Police say someone shot and killed a taxi driver inside his cab on the north side this weekend. Action News' Jesse McDonough is live at JSO headquarters. And Jesse, neighbors say they thought they heard gunshots, but they couldn't tell because a thunderstorm was going on at the same time.
Yeah, Mike, neighbors say they couldn't tell the difference between gunshots and the thunder and rain that was happening Saturday early morning and Friday night. However, that's the reason that police do not have a description right now of that suspect that is still on the loose. That taxi driver who was murdered was 43-year-old Stuart Carson. He was found bloody in a Gator City taxi. Neighbors called JSO at 7:40 a.m. Saturday, but police think that shooting could have happened late Friday night.
But you can understand it was a lot of thunder, a lot of rain going on last night, so what they thought were gunshots. So I wouldn't say that they wouldn't come out or they just refused to. I'm not sure that they knew exactly what was going on.
Anyone with information is asked to contact Crime Stoppers immediately. Live downtown, I'm Jesse McDonough, Fox 30 Action News.
Jesse, thank you. Another gunman is on the loose after someone shot someone else in the arm Sunday afternoon. Jacksonville police say a man drove up to the victim on Moncrief Road, said his name, and then fired 3 or 4 shots. The victim is expected to be okay. He told police he didn't recognize the shooter, but the car was white.
8:07, and we have new information this morning on the fan who fell more than 40 feet from the stands at Everbank Field during Saturday's USA men's soccer match. We checked with UF Health this morning, and 24-year-old Joseph Queedy is still in critical condition. A member of his local soccer league tells us Queedy had a second surgery Sunday. Doctors say he is not paralyzed. Jacksonville police say a witness saw Queedy running up the stairs to the top of Section 244, then trying to stand on top of one of the foldable chairs. Well, that witness looked again, and the chair was folded up, and Queedy had fallen 42 feet to the second-level concourse below. Police say it did not appear that he had been drinking at the time of the fall.
Lawmakers are expected to finalize a bill to fix delays in care at Veterans Affairs hospitals. Now, local Representative Corrine Brown will be part of the House committee hearing on the scandal today. Top administrators are accused of secret waiting lists that caused daily delays in veteran care. Now, the VA admits at least 23 veterans died from those delays, 2 of them from our area.
An officer shooting in St. Johns County remains under investigation this morning. The suspect is a St. Augustine man who's accused of threatening that sheriff's deputy who then fired his weapon. 43-year-old John DeSanto was flown to UF Health early Sunday morning. Deputies say it all began when they were first called to Sunrise Boulevard to investigate a stabbing. They found an injured woman and DeSanto. They say DeSanto was carrying a large fighting-style knife and then refused to put it down. That is when Deputy Todd Bogger opened fire. The 10-year veteran is now on administrative leave, as is standard procedure in an officer shooting. The woman's injuries, we are told, are not life-threatening. But as for DeSanto, we dug into his background and we found he's been arrested 13 times in the last 13 years in St. Johns County alone. He's been accused of a slew of crimes, from aggravated battery to fraud.
Hundreds of families are still without power this morning after severe weather knocked down trees and power lines. At one point, more than 4,000 people were left without power on Sunday. Our cameras caught damage and debris right off State Road 19 near Silver Lake Drive. One family's graduation party had to come to an end early when the storms rolled through.
We all ran inside, and it just kept coming and coming and coming. The wind kept getting worse.
The family says they got inside just in the nick of time. Their tent did blow over right into the trees, and branches came down, hitting their truck.
Right now, drivers in St. Johns County are warned to use a little extra caution here this morning. The Florida Highway Patrol is keeping an eye on a wildfire near I-95 and State Road 207. Deputies say it may impact your visibility due to possible smoke in the area.
Now, your weather and traffic on the ones.
Yeah, let's first of all take a look here at the FDOT traffic cam. This is on 95 northbound at University Boulevard. We see that the left lane is blocked in this area. You definitely want to allow extra time as you make your way into downtown on 95 northbound from the Beltway into downtown. I would say add an extra 10 minutes in that area. Now let's go to weather with Garrett Beatenbaugh.
Thank you there, Julie. Here we go. First alert weather is looking good this morning, and then we'll see some showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. Live look on our First Alert Skycam network at Jack's Beach shows a few high clouds getting going here as we get ready for the sea breeze to come in this morning and into the afternoon. The surf 1 to 2 feet today. Low rip current risk, 5 to 10 minute burn time, 81 degrees for the surf temperature. 2 to 3 feet with the seas. Next high tide 6:27. Next low tide 11:33 here this morning. Hour by hour forecast for today. Average temperature 89 for the state. We'll go to the lower 90s. Afternoon showers and thunderstorms once again for today. Time now 8:11.
And so to come this morning, joining forces, the reason cell phone users are fighting a merger between Sprint and T-Mobile.
Summer cleanup will show you how these kids are cleaning up the beach community.
But first, daring jailbreak, how these 3 dangerous inmates managed to escape from prison. This is a story you are not going to believe, and it's next. Your Action News time is 8:11 as we say good morning to you on this Monday.
When you need fast cash, you need someone you can trust. At LoanMax Title Loans, we're here for you every step of the way. You can have cash in hand in 15 minutes or less. A clean and clear car title and photo ID is all it takes. The best news is there's no credit check, and you keep your car. We always beat the competition, so why go anywhere else? Come let our friendly staff help you get the cash you need. For a location near you, call 877-511-CASH. LoanMax Title Loans. Take charge of your life today.
As a Florida homeowner, you know that a disaster can strike at any time. I'm Locke Burt, president of Security First Insurance Company. As Floridians ourselves, we know that you need an insurance company that's financially secure, will pay its claims promptly, and will provide insurance at affordable rates. At Security First Insurance, we don't think that's too much to ask. Visit us online at securityfirstflorida.com. We'll be here for you, storm after storm, year after year.
College tuition costs too much. Everyone knows that. Well, everyone but Charlie Crist. Charlie Crist allowed college tuition to increase up to 15% every year. Crist says it was the right thing to do at the time. A 15% tuition increase every year is the right thing to do, Charlie? Now Governor Rick Scott is making college more affordable. Scott repealed Crist's tuition increase, wiped it out. Charlie Crist, slick politician, lousy governor. Sponsored by Let's Get to Work.
Sometimes caring for your neighbors means going the extra mile. When our patient Susan mentioned her dad couldn't make it into Pearl Vision to get his eyes checked, we went to him. And we realized if he had trouble getting new glasses, he probably wasn't the only one. To us, eye care is about living Dr. Pearl's legacy, building a trusting relationship with the person behind the eyes. This is genuine eye care right in your neighborhood. This is Pearl Vision.
We may not all be in the same boat, but out on the water, we're all on the same wavelength. In the Florida Keys and Key West.
The First Alert 7-day forecast. On air, online, and on the go. Brought to you by ViStar. Get an auto loan from ViStar and get $200 cash back. ViStar. We never forget that it's your money.
Welcome back and good morning. I'm Lindsay Gardner. It's 8:14. New this morning, CSX officials in Pennsylvania are working to clean up a train derailment in McKeesport. 12 cars jumped the tracks on a bridge late last night. Now, some of those are dangling right over the bridge, as you can see in this video. Only that chain right there is keeping them from falling into the river below. Fortunately, no one was injured, but officials say there is a lot of damage to the tracks.
Secretary of State John Kerry is speaking out for the first time in the release of U.S. Army Sergeant Bo Bergdahl. Now, on Sunday, Kerry says he is standing behind the exchange of 5 Guantanamo detainees, expressing confidence that they will be monitored closely and the conditions of their release will be honored.
I'm not telling you that they don't have some ability at some point to go back and get involved, but they also have an ability to get killed doing that. It would have been offensive and incomprehensible to consciously leave an American behind, no matter what.
Sergeant Bergdahl is currently recovering at a U.S. military hospital in Germany. They say a lot of his, his mental state is in question. He is stable enough to travel, but it will take him to San Antonio Brooks Hospital, the military medical center there in San Antonio.
An attack at Pakistan's busiest airport leaves 28 people dead. Officials say militants disguised as police guards stormed the building Sunday night armed with grenades, machine guns, even rocket launchers. Many of those who died in the 5-hour siege were reportedly security personnel. All of the attackers were killed.
Right now, Canadian police are searching for 3 inmates who escaped from jail in a helicopter. Police from Quebec believe the men are armed and dangerous. They have gang ties and are facing murder charges. This marks the second jail escape in that province in a little more than a year.
And they landed that helicopter right there in the middle of the jail courtyard.
Out of a movie.
I know, it doesn't even seem possible there. This morning, actor Tracy Morgan is showing signs of improvement, but still critically injured after a deadly weekend crash. According to his publicist, the actor was critically hurt Saturday in the crash on the New Jersey Turnpike. You likely heard about this. Morgan underwent surgery for a broken leg on Sunday. Comedian James McNair, we now know, is the person killed. 2 others were injured. Police say a truck driver from Georgia driving a Walmart semi-truck failed to slow down for traffic and slammed into the limo bus carrying Morgan and the other comedians. That driver is now facing multiple charges. The co-owner of Racehorse California Chrome is still upset over the loss of the Belmont Stakes, and now he wants the rules to horse racing changed.
Not fair to these horses that have been in the game since day one. I look at it this way. If you can't make enough points to get in the Kentucky Derby, you can't run in the other 2 races. It's all or nothing. Like, this is a coward's way out, in my opinion. This is a coward's way out.
Lots of folks talking about those comments. Only 3 horses raced at Belmont that also ran the Derby and the Preakness. Now California Chrome is headed home to recover from a foot injury. Chrome, who finished 4th, was the overwhelming favorite. Many hoped he would be the first to win the Triple Crown in 36 years.
You can kind of see both sides just a little bit. I mean, it was disappointing, that's for sure. Some of the money from the sale of the Los Angeles Clippers is going to charitable foundations. That's according to a source close with Clippers co-owner Shelley Sterling. About $200 million will be spun off into a charitable foundation that Sterling wants to run. The charity would target underprivileged families, battered women, minorities, and inner-city youth. Sterling, along with her husband, agreed last week to sell the team to Microsoft CEO Steve Ballmer. That's still got to be signed off by the NBA. Donald Sterling was forced to sell the team after an audio tape leaked of him making racist comments. He was also banned by the NBA for life.
The Humane Society in Nassau County has some serious cleaning up to do after this weekend's severe storms. Right now, the dog park is closed because of these downed trees. The Humane Society is losing money during the closure and has to pay now to remove all of the debris. The executive director was very surprised by the damage.
I can't believe that this much could happen in just one storm overnight. It is a shock.
They hope to reopen that dog park by Wednesday.
Now, your first alert forecast, Jacksonville's most accurate.
And that's the reason why we encourage you to take these severe weather alerts and warnings very seriously here. Those damaging winds